Hey everybody, I'm with Gray Reptiles. Today you're going to be meeting Kiba, the Cuvier's dwarf caiman. So dwarf caiman, the Cuvier's dwarf caiman, is, as of right now, the smallest recognized species of crocodilian in the world today. So that's the smallest extant species. There is a little bit of debate. There is a species of crocodile, I believe it's the Congo dwarf crocodile, that there is a little bit of debate if those are actually smaller overall, but as of right now, officially the smallest recognized species of crocodilian that is alive today, so that's extant, would be the Cuvier's dwarf caiman. Now, these are in the family of caiman, and caiman are actually under the family Alligatoridae. That's something I can never remember how to say correctly for some reason. So there's alligators, then caiman, and then there's the true crocodiles. Then you have your Indian gharials, and then false gharial, which may actually just be true gharials anyway. So now with that taxonomy out of the way, let's learn a little bit about Kiba and what he does. So Kiba's only been with me a couple of months, but he has made a huge impression. He's I think when I got him, he was said to be about a year and a half, maybe 2 years old. I'd have to ask again. As of right now, he is still pretty small, maybe like 16 inches or so. So he's still got a lot of growing to do. Now, just because they are called dwarf caiman does not mean that they are, super small. Now, males, I'm sorry, buddy. I think I'm talking right in his ear. Now, males can actually get quite a bit larger. I've heard some reports of some male getting over 6 foot long. But on average, I want to say they're, maybe closer to that 5 foot range, and they can weigh up to 15, 20, 25, maybe even 30 pounds. So maybe even larger. Oh my goodness, buddy. I'm very sorry. Like all crocodilians that are alive today, Cuvier's dwarf caiman are a semi-aquatic reptile. But that being said, dwarf caiman in particular, so anything in that Paleosuchus, of which there currently are the Cuvier's dwarf caiman and the smooth-fronted caiman, which is the Paleosuchus trigonatus. So both of those, this is the Paleosuchus palpebrosus, and then there's the Paleosuchus trigonatus. Both of those are actually known to be fairly terrestrial as well. So not only will they be in the wild in places where they live, they're going to be in these really fast-running rivers and streams. But also, from what I've heard, it is not at all uncommon to find these guys just kind of roaming around the jungle in the Amazon at night looking for food. So they are primarily nocturnal hunters, like a lot of crocodilians are. So they're going to be primarily active at night. Now, at this size in the wild, they're probably eating things like small fish, maybe even a few invertebrates such as centipedes or large spiders, things like that that they find. But as they get bigger, they're going to be taking down things more like mammals that are going to be on the banks of the river and lakes that they're in. So for these guys, especially in captivity, a really big thing that people don't really pay attention to because they are, when they are in the wild, they're always kind of, not always, but they're typically found in these moving streams. Water quality is a really big deal for these guys. So in captivity, we really like to replicate that. So I always dechlorinate everything. I really don't like tap water for these guys. Heavy filtration is a must. I mean, really heavy. Like, I'm talking those real expensive ones. It's kind of a must for these guys. And you want to remove like any toxins out. If you can do spring water in your tank, that's even better. Like I said, Kiba here has got a lot of growing to do. So as males reach maturity, which is somewhere probably around that 4 to 5 foot range, once they're around 6, 7 years old. So again, he's got quite a bit of growing. That's whenever these guys are going to be breeding. Now, from the information that I found, there is a little bit of debate if these guys breed after the dry season or if they don't really have much of a season at all. Like all crocodilians, though, the temperature of the eggs, the females actually lay in mounds that they find. So, just like alligators do. Um, Now, once they do that, the temperature actually determines the sex. So, generally speaking, warmer temperature is going to produce more male offspring, and cooler temperature on the eggs is going to produce more female offspring. Of course, the caiman in the family of Paleosuchus, they tend to have these really big eyes. Now, that is really going to help them at night. And again, like most crocodilians, you can actually see their eyes shine at night as well. But this is going to be helping them, especially at this size. They're going to be finding things like mollusk and crabs and stuff like that. They are a heavily armored crocodilian as well because they are relatively small for a crocodilian. Nature has provided them with these amazing osteoderms, especially these ones on the back of their neck. Now, the Trigonotus, which is the smooth fronted caiman, actually has even spikier, bonier osteoderms that are back here, and it's kind of amazing. They're really jagged along here, but this is the Paleosuchus palpebrosus, and they kind of have these more uniform looking scoots that are along their back. So I think these are just such an amazing crocodilian and really just a testament to how amazing nature is. Now, their mouth is aligned with these incredibly sharp little teeth. And what that's going to do is help them grab onto their prey. So crocodilians put all of their muscle into that bite force, and even though these guys are relatively small, that bite can do some serious damage. So one thing about the dwarf caiman is it doesn't seem either species participates in what is called the death roll. So larger crocodilians, when they grab onto really large prey, they will grab onto it and perform what's called a death roll. Most people have usually seen that, and it's used to kind of tear chunks of that larger creature off into smaller, more bite-sized and manageable bits. But the Paleosuchus, at least from what I have read, don't seem to exhibit this. I've never noticed it with them in captivity, so I would love to see if some other people have ever seen that. Don't let his cuteness fool you. Dwarf caiman, like all crocodilians, make horrible pets. Typically, they have the little man syndrome and have a pretty nasty attitude. So, I do want to get Kiba here back inside, back in his setup, because crocodilians tend to build up lactic acid that helps them sink down to the bottom of rivers and lakes and things. But a high buildup of that lactic acid can cause a lot of stress, and that is the last thing that we want with them. So, uh, eventually, though, as Kiba grows, I do want to use him for educational programs because I want to tell people, yes, I may have this guy as a pet, but really, I want him to be an animal ambassador. And I want to show, just how amazing the species is, but I don't want to tell people that they are good pets because they are terrible. They have bad temperaments a lot of the time. Their water requirements are crazy. Their caging requirements are crazy. So right now I'm actually in the process of building an outdoor pond just for him. And do you guys have any idea how expensive that is? Nasty expensive. So those teeth can do a number on you. Even at this size, I would require stitches if he were to get a hold of me. Now, believe it or not, Kiba is actually one of the most well-behaved caiman I've ever interacted with. And even he's a little grumpy sometimes. So that's just their personality. You got to understand what you guys are getting into. So leave these guys alone. Leave them in the wild and purchase them. Ooh, if you do have to purchase them, make sure you get them from a reputable breeder. There are people that breed them out there. But again, not really something I recommend. But we don't want to be taking these guys from the wild. They're amazing, and the Amazon rainforest is such an amazing place. We want to leave that where it is. These are a keystone species. They're very important in playing a role in keeping the waterways clean, keeping populations of certain kind of fish like piranhas down. So we just want to make sure that we're leaving these guys alone. And I just want to use Kiba here as an awesome animal ambassador in the future. So you'll definitely be seeing more of him.